Hey Aquarius, so welcome to your monthly read. This is going to be for the month of May 2025. So you have had the most kind of likes, subscribes, and shares. So I'm actually doing you first here. So we're going to go ahead and take a look and see what wants to come up in the month of May. We're going to start with the first half of May, and whatever's most important that needs to come up, that is the message that we're going to take. Wow. A lot of cards came out here. Something wants to talk. All right, let's take a look, Aquarius. If you are looking for a personal read, guys, click the link in the description box below. But let's dive in and see what is going on for you in the month of May. What is happening for Aquarius within the month of May? So the first half of May, this is something that you can look forward to, okay? So what do we get? Look at here you come out right out of the deck, okay? So you just want to make yourself seen. This is beautiful, and it's absolutely perfect. There's a new spiritual awakening, and I just feel that there is quite a bit of an opportunity for you to really move forward with some new inspiration. So this is really lovely. All right, bottom of the deck, what do we have? Something about the background. Okay, something is happening within the background regarding holding on tightly to something that you don't want to let go. Okay, it could be holding on tightly to something, and then you've got the Eight of Pentacles. So you've got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, which usually says low skill, rush job, like a lack of motivation. Maybe you feel misdirected or just kind of lazy and don't want to move forward. I think that you could be holding on to something that is kind of wants you to, like the universe wants you to let it go. Now, what is this? What do we get here? This is about, your pentacles, like letting go. This is about teamwork and collaboration. So this is nurturing teamwork and collaboration. It's kind of like it wants you to let go of any sort of procrastination, or there's this lack of motivation. It wants you to nurture yourself through teamwork and collaboration with others, and persevere with that, and hold your individual boundaries. And I think that's something that's going to be very important for you in the first half of the month. Okay, could be dealing with the Capricorn. Or you could be taking on that energy in terms of teamwork and collaboration and persevering and pushing forward. I think the teamwork's going to allow you to kind of amp up and kind of change your motivation a little bit and get you out of just feeling stagnant and maybe unmotivated or undisciplined, kind of that type of thing. What do you need to keep in mind regarding that? Let's just take a look and see what you need to keep in mind about that. What do we get? Look at this, guys. That couldn't come through more clearly in the first half of the month. It's all about you collaborating with others. This could be a partnership with another person as well, but it's all about really good communication too. That's coming through because all that blue is the throat chakra. So I feel that this is an opportunity for you to collaborate and to really focus in on nurturing teamwork and collaboration, because that's going to instill new energy for you. At least it's going to spark, a different shift in energy, and then allows you to kind of work with it. So collaborate is going to be key. What else is key? Whimsical. It's almost as if that you have to go with the flow. Whoa, guys, how interesting. This is connected to source. So you're going to get some sort of clarity by going with the flow, team, and collaborating with another person. This is something that you can't plan. It's like something that you have to experience here. So this is quite interesting. I think you're going to be really happy. But what I'm getting here in the first half of the month is, you stepping out, new inspiration. This is being inspired, having some sort of contentment. You've gone through some sort of spiritual healing, okay? And it has emotionally, you could focus on the disappointment, but I think what you're doing is that you're discovering something about this disappointment here. Like you've gone through some sort of growth with this Page of Rods. So a message comes down about this disappointment. You can stay there, but, it's almost as if the universe wants you to collaborate, come together with another person. And that's what this is doing. So it's about having some sort of contentment and moving that. I feel that with this new inspiration here, that in the first half of the month, that you are going with the flow. Again, this is working and co-creating with the universe. And this is rowing in the direction of least resistance. So where it's a lot more calmer, where you don't have to keep rowing and rowing and rowing against the raging waters. So especially the raging waters of your mind. With the Six of Swords, it talks about a transition. So there's a departure. This is about accepting lessons. And this is also distance. It's moving on. So there is some sort of transition that you're making and having inner strength. And there is being very disciplined in your approach, the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords focuses in on very disciplined and being very direct. This could be this is creative energy. They're very witty, so you could get a message, that comes through, or you're delivering that message. What do we need to know about this Page of Swords coming through? What is that? What do we get? It could have been someone that you maybe felt left out with before, or felt or you're kind of getting the message or the memo about what kept you feeling kind of like left out. Now, this usually has to do with your finances, guys. So for some of you, it might have to do with your thinking around money, around finances, and maybe feeling left out. And what do I get? Of making your dream come true. Okay. And this is it's all about coming together. It's all about having a new beginning with the Fool card. This is going to be an adventure. And I think why we got collaborate is that you've got someone that's coming through here. Okay. We got the Two of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. They could have water and air in their chart. Okay. I do get some fire, but I do get that there's a brand new beginning. And this is having inner strength to be able to go for your dreams, and it's almost like you have a creative message on like, it's like how to overcome and make your dreams come true, and this is through a bond with another person. This could be another entity. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it is a joining of forces. So it could be a partnership that you come together with, even in work. Or there's an attraction between you and another person and you just work really good together, okay? And it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a really good friendship. But whatever this is, there is some sort of connection and bond that is helping you, and it puts you on a new path, and you see things differently. It's kind of like it gives you inner strength in some sort of way. Leo energy is coming through too, so there is some fire here too. So it's on a path of a brand new beginning. It's like it's transformed you in some sort of way. So let's take a look a little bit deeper. I'm going to pull some Norman deck here and find out what is it that you've made a discovery about. What did you discover in terms of the first half of the month here, in terms of a collaboration with another person? It's just much more calmer. Guys, I feel that it allows you to really build up a solid foundation to move forward with this beginning and this new adventure, okay? But let's take a look. What did you discover here? What did you discover? Well, it's interesting that there's a discovery here, right? And the confirmation is the key, okay? So she's holding a key. So let's take a look at what the second card would be, okay? And what do we get? The key of trickery, okay? The key of deception, all right, around something, okay? And this could have been in a relationship or a deception of the mind. And this could have been just within you, or, even outside of you, within a situation. But this is, that's what it's talking about, like deception of the mind. So this is you coming up with some sort of crafty solution. So with the key and the fox, it's a crafty solution that you've discovered here, okay? So it has you moving forward. Any other information that we might be able to get? Let's get two more cards on this one here, okay? Let's just take a look. What do we get here? Might have to do... Wow. Okay. Let's just take a look and see it, because we get the building. Okay. So it usually indicates like the tower. Okay. So this is the tower. Okay. And this could even be like an office building, but this is some sort of it's like some sort of tower of some sort. To me, it could even be something having to do with even work. Or this is an establishment or an institution. It could be a business, a law, government, anything of the sort, something legal. Now, when you pair it with the mice, there could have been some sort of corporate loss, all right? And maybe you're feeling at a loss in terms of, this could be work. It's kind of like, that's what I'm getting here, because it could be that some sort of corporate loss or business loss, okay, a changing of the job in some sort of way. There's a decrease. There's just small increments. It's like something is not really working here. There's a big company and there's all these mice doing all the work, but there's very little pay here. Okay, so there could be a decrease. You're just getting a small increment. It could be some sort of loss, theft, or sabotage, or a lesson learned. There's some sort of corruption. So there's some sort of corruption within an institution. Okay, what is it that we get about this that you need to know? Okay, let's take a look at anything else that might want to come through. What else do we need to know? What comes through? It has to do with your dream. It has to do with making dreams come true. And the King of Cups, having authority over emotions and making your dreams come true. There's a corruption in making your dreams come true. Now, this could be the way that you, in terms of your mind, in terms of moving into calmer waters, and you're getting out of the trickery that your mind has been sharing with you. And by collaborating, you're getting new momentum and being able to move forward with a new adventure. But it's all about partnering with another person, and which is really helping you get on this brand new beginning here. Okay. Now, again, it could be romantic or otherwise, but in the first half of the month, this is what I'm seeing here. It allows you to, get better authority over your emotions to get your dreams coming true. It's like you've noticed some sort of corruption, and then what else do I get? Yeah, I get there's a lot of choices, but a lot of them, might be fantasy or illusion, and this is passionately moving forward. Away from the deceit, making a decision, and Queen of Pentacles is coming up again. How interesting, because she came up over here as well. You must have a mother figure around you, or this is about nurturing. This is about nurturing the decision that you need to make and being careful where you place, what decisions you make in terms of your resources and where you place your energy, effort, and time. There's a decision being made in terms of the Queen of Pentacles here. Okay. So, you're at a rite of passage right now. So the first half of the month, you're making some sort of decision, of a transformation. Yeah. Okay. There's a transformation here. I think, but I almost feel that it's kind of like you see this and you're transforming, and you're not putting up with the old. So in terms of moving forward, any sort of advice that Spirit has for you in the first half of the month before we go to the second half? What do we got? Commit to your path. You're being asked to do what you want to do. I think some of you might be leaving an institution and focusing in on what you want to do. Now, it could be leaving, I don't know, some of you could be starting a business. It could be moving forward and just creating the path that you want, and joining forces with another. It wants you to, and I get nourishment. It's going to nourish your heart, and you'll be in deep appreciation for it. Okay. So I feel that Spirit's asking you to commit to your path, what it is that you want to do that is in your heart, that makes your heart bloom and sing. This is all heart chakra here. And you're going to be in deep appreciation. So I think that some of you are leaving something and doing what you want to do because something's not working here. And it could be a corporate job that you have. And I'm not saying that they're all like that, but I'm just feeling that this is what I'm getting. I feel that that's something that's really important for you to take a look at right now, because you're to go for your dreams. It's about joining forces and having a new beginning. And you have to have a new beginning. It's about closing something out so you can create the energy for the new to step in. So this is what I'm getting, guys. This is quite beautiful because you've noticed the trickery behind the Iron Curtain, whether that is in a corporate world or this is in your own darkness or shadow self, and you're understanding what that is for you and the need for you to move forward on a new adventure, because it's in your best interest is what I'm getting. Let's take a look at anything else. Second half of the month. What do we get in the second half of the month? In fact, I'll use the same cards and then I'll clarify with those other ones. What about the second half of the month for Aquarius? That's powerful, Aquarius. You're making a really powerful decision. Look at this, letting go of the burden and responsibility. Look at and letting go of some sort of loss and moving forward with some sort of expression. You're standing your ground. Yeah, you're holding your boundaries, all right? And you're moving forward with a new opportunity is what I'm getting. And things might be hidden, like you're not sure how it's going to pan out in some sort of way. But bottom of the deck is really the Knight of Swords moving forward. It's coming out again, just like it was in the last spread. Curious, energetic, inspired, witty, alert, moving forward, being very vigilant. So your underlying energy is being very vigilant towards your long-term happiness, the 10 of Cups. So you're being very vigilant towards that, especially at the second half of the month, okay? So I feel that this is something for you to really work on. And I feel that this is about putting in the work. What do you need to know about being vigilant up here? Okay. What do you need to know about being vigilant moving forward, especially in the mind? All right. What do we get? Taking control and being vigilant of the mind. The King of Pentacles is a business owner and takes control. Now, this could be a boss figure. This is taking control and being very vigilant. This is being very disciplined, focused on your abundance. Be very reliable. Okay. So the second half of the month, you're putting that type of effort into play. And what do you get? The Page of Pentacles towards your abundance and your prosperity. So we know what this is now. So whatever it is that you've been wanting, you're taking control. And this is the abundance and prosperity. Look at taking control and being witty, and then, moving forward, being very much direct and focused. And, sometimes the Knight of Swords can be a little impatient. So you might want to watch that. So what do you need to keep in mind in your underlying energy here? What's the key thing that you need to keep in mind? Take inspired action. Okay, guys, it's time. It's really time. And when you make the decision in the first half of the month, you are implementing this already. And some of you are ahead of the game, and some of you are just getting this message in terms of confirmation. But it's all about taking inspired action. What? Towards your dream, right? It's towards the dream over here. So I feel that that's exactly what's happening. Take inspired action towards your long-term happiness in your 10 of Cups here. All right. And I think it's going to, it's a spiritual journey as well. You're letting go of the burdens of the 10 of wands and the stress and the obligations and burning yourself out. You're not being that type of person. That's just not you anymore, and you're letting that go. That's how an old Aquarius used to be. You've learned the lesson, and you let go of the loss in that, which is really not a loss because it's wisdom that you can take with you. Just like he's carrying the cup, it's emotional. It's like you understand, in terms of moving forward, and you're expressing the fact that you're letting go. It's almost like you're expressing that you're letting something go, and you're holding your boundaries. And you are all focusing in on your emotional awakening that you've had. This is using your creativity. For some of you, creativity is really blooming. And even though things might be hidden, I feel that you're moving forward. What is this opportunity that you have here? What is this opportunity with the Ace of Cups? You're going within. So that's emotional awakening. You're going within. What else? Deep introspection to bring in the balance and the temperance, which is Sagittarius energy. So you got Virgo and Sagittarius, and to break free out of a mindset of some sort. You're breaking free. It's come to fruition. You got the 9 and the 10 of Swords in the second half of the month. I mean, you're truly that mind, any sort of connection of the mind that had to do with a past loss or a decision that you made that you were disappointed in. It's really getting it out of your system. In other words, you're not going to keep going back and being attached to that. You got the 9 and the 10 of Swords about the mind. The mind's letting it go, and you put in all the effort and energy that you're going to put into the situation, and that is it. And you're going to let that go, and you've expressed that this is what I'm getting. Now, things might be hidden. What do you need to know about the Moon card, Pisces energy? What you need to know is that you're going to get messages about your manifestations, and you're going to be making progress on this. So something might be hidden, but as you manifest, you're making progress. You might not be able to see it right away, but there's messages that are coming through about the progress. So I want you to heed that. So even though things are hidden, what is it that you need to pay attention to? Let's just take a look. What do we get? Sacred. This is like a sacred journey that you're on. Sacred solitude, dark mind of the soul. You're doing your shadow work. You're focusing in on that, and you're developing rituals that help you make progress towards your manifestations, which again brings in long-term happiness at the Ten of Cups as you take inspired action. This is an action card. The Magician is that. It is a manifestation of a creation, and you're being very resourceful. This card indicates this inspired action. So it's going to take inspired action. It's not going to magically appear. There's things that you need to do to instigate that energy to get it moving forward. This is putting the energy into the game as well. Let's take a look at what might want to come through in the Lenormand, what comes through on this. So what do you need to keep in mind in the second half of the month? Because there's really breaking free once and for all a mindset. You're unsure of the moving forward, but you're creating rituals and you are putting into play and you're putting in the action and holding your boundaries on what's important for you. What do you need to keep in mind about this? Anything more? I do get the dog and the mountain. And what do we get? These are all straight up. And what do we get? Okay, so I feel that this is like being very loyal. This is being very loyal to move forward. I feel that with the dog coming into play, it's really about long distance friendship. It could be. So I don't know if you've got a long distance friendship. Usually with the mountain and the dog, it talks about that. A long distance friendship, but it's about being loyal and humble. The dog is all about, it's super positive. So a long distance friendship. And then I get the 11 card, which really talks about, this is the whip. So this is a long distance friendship, whip and the Sith. So it's kind of like whipping something into play and cutting something out. So it's like, wow, there could be some sort of, this could be aggressive. Sometimes this could be, persuasion, coercion of some sort. And this is cutting that out, this with the Sith, So it's cutting out any sort of manipulation or coercion, persuasion, any sort of argument. That's what I'm getting here, because you get the Sith is a separation, a swift change. So it's like a swift change in a long distance friendship. All right. Something of the sort. What's this swift change in a long distance friendship? Wow. Feeling left out. Maybe that's maybe in a situation. This could have happened within a connection between you and another person. But you got the clarity that you need, the Ace of Swords, and the Hierophant energy. Bottom of the deck is the Star card. You've gone through a spiritual awakening. You've gone through a spiritual awakening about this. So there's something that you felt impoverished in terms of money, and then now got the clarity of the teaching surrounding that, and you want to either teach others that, in terms of that, of what you've learned, how you gain clarity to overcome feeling left out, or you're getting some sort of advice from someone. This could be a spiritual leader, a religious figure. This is also sharing knowledge of the clarity that you got after feeling left out. So it's kind of like you're cutting out long distance friendships that might be manipulative, coercive, argumentative. It might be sensual of nature. It might be sexual too, as well. It could be a romantic connection, where you're feeling left out because you got the clarity of the elements surrounding that. And you don't like the way that made you feel. And so it's kind of like you moving forward. Now, this could be coercion happening in a corporate world too. And this is, getting the clarity. I'm not going to feel left out. I'm going to go ahead and take inspired action and manifest my long-term happiness and create what I feel is most important. And I have to focus on rituals, because sometimes the rituals in society are so well advertised and marketed that sometimes we tend to break that on, and we forget sometimes who we really are. And so this is drilling down and knowing, Aqua, who you really are, going in into that sacred part of you in solitude and connecting and making progress as you get downloaded messages, and you'll know how to take action and move forward. You've got some, you've got the knowledge here, and of course it's coming out in the deck here. So any final advice in the second half of the month? What do we get? Observe. Huh? That's so good. Observe. And what else do we get? New insight that gives you clarity. Yeah, observe the new insights, just what we talked about, right? And center yourself, which is exactly what the rituals do. So this is all about balancing and this coming into play as you welcome in May, and you welcome in that new long-term happiness that leads to your 10 of Cups. And that's so similar to inspired action, that you're welcoming in the new energy. And it's golden, guys. It is golden. All right. So I'm going to leave it there. Note your comments, like, and subscribe, guys. If you're looking for a personal read, click the link in the description box below. Get it on my calendar. And I can't wait. And I look forward to seeing you next time, guys. Namaste.